receivables in, and we're building our 800 list right now. And then we're going forward on and on and on. But what we do in our blogs and our media, I suppose it's all free and it will continue to be free. Sometimes I have a hard time wanting to do it because I don't really care. No, it's hard to do things for free when you need money. Sometimes when I shout at you with the loudest message, when you get it the clearest and strongest in your spirit, is when I've had to come through the dire need myself to get the faith up to even say it to anybody. So I've almost been broke 5 times since I started this company. I've been to the food bank probably 5 times in the first few years. I've painted houses. I don't even attribute myself to be a painter. I've done what it takes. I've drawn out my RRSPs. I've lived on those. I even had a $2,000 deposit from my own mother last month when they cut my one and only CERB payment off when that hacker got in, wrecked the federal Canada scheme, and I had to go through this identity validation check thing, and now they got me locked down because my 2019 books aren't complete, even though I can show the receivables and the billabLes. So it's all tied up. But you know what? God's way bigger than that. I trust him, and I'm a follower of him. So I'm coming through, but I'm telling you, you got to keep faith. And I've lived it and I'm living it. And I know there's wisdom ahead for those of us responsive to this suggestion of the ancient Wisdom Pro scriptures. And I'm telling you, and you can take this however you want. It's up to you. It's totally your choice. You do with it what you want, and you go forward from there. So make your choices at your intersection in life, which direction you're going to go or straight across. The millennials, I suppose, you're not really on a different footing, but you're younger, you're living with mom and dad or mom or dad, etc. And even sometimes a home that isn't split, it's often one parent that's home a lot because the other one's away working. We've all built these lifestyles, hey? And I want to give you one human resource clue about the millennials. I gave you some marketing tips last time. Here's a human resource clue for you in your business management about the millennials, okay? Because they were that person, that young person that was the sounding board often for their boomer, high Gen X parent who didn't have it all together, fell apart with things in life, divorce, bankruptcy, gambling away money on credit card, max, all that, even leaving your kids out in front of the casino doing bad things in the car, while you're in gambling, all these kind of secret things, lives fell apart, eh? Excuse me. And that little millennial had to be the ear for all of it. So they've had to feel very stretched. And they're kind of like the faceless economy, like they don't have an identity. So when you get them to work, you might be a Gen X leader high up or a low-end baby boomer running your company organization or manager of corporate. When you slate them in their slot and give them their job description and you tell them and you define it clearly for them what to do, they now feel like they have a face in this economy because they didn't before. And that's a faceless economy I attribute before, where they felt like they were stretched everywhere. The sounding board being the adult, relational beyond years with their own mother or father sometimes, touchy-feely everything, run over sideways for little Johnny, all this, all that. They come to work and you can give them a conclusive item, a role to do, speak it out to them. They now feel safe, they feel secure, they feel like they're somebody, and they're not even doing anything much more than just their job. And they relate and they connect better with other people because of it, workmates, you as a supervisor, people that they will have and be subordinate to them even as their leaders in their economy as well. So there's a clue on the human resource side for the millennials. Now, don't be a bully, okay? We have our Stop Bully Pro Apostolis Universis degree arm of our 14 companies, Connections Consulting Incorporated Group. 9 of those are businesses with our publication companies, our health company. 5 of them are humanitarian and ministry organizations. Stop Bully our APPRO leadership degree arm to help the bully prevention organizations. It's a big deal. Now, don't be a bully. I'm attributing to you. The federal government is being a bully to me because they're not seeing my point. Therefore, I'm not, for 7 months, I have been stretching it here, trying to squeak by when other people have been getting these $2,000 checks in our tough economy. Well, you don't want to be a bully to me. You don't want to be a bully to anybody. Sometimes bullies can be really nice with these snide remarks. Stop bullies, okay? Even when they're polite. Stop them. Do what it takes to get a solution, because a solution is the only prevention arm of anything. When both sides have an outcome and the person in need has something sustainable and substantial, but both sides have an outcome they can support and agree to, okay? And that's good. And you want to do that. There's rewards for everybody if you work hard. There are rewards, I suppose, in our economy and in our life. And I'll wrap up here in a moment. We're at about 40 minutes. I don't want to go much longer than that. That's a long time. But, the ram is a sheep. And little Bo Peep lost her sheep. But I'm a ram, I suppose, and I will not lose me. And I think in closing, there was a Time magazine article about 15 years ago, roughly, I remember hearing it talked about, and I remember seeing the cover, where a photographer was over in somewhere like Mozambique, Africa, and the Nobel Prize Award or Pulitzer Prize Award was given to this photographer for taking a picture of a young infant African child starving, crawling to reach its last breath as it was trying to get food or something, and it died in its last breath. And that, the message to me was, how inhumane. Why did you bother taking a picture, whoever that was, instead of trying to find some water or food to feed the person? And I guess what I'm telling you is, when the camera pictures of me, when I teach and give away free information, stop coming, it will be in a moment when I need to go get the money that I own and have and deserve for all my business outdwellings. And I won't be here giving away free information. There will be no camera awards pointing on me. I don't want no fame, no shame, no nothing. I just want to get along in society, dwell with others, be in peace, and get along. But there'll be moments when you don't see and hear from me, and it's because I'm out getting what I need and dwell on a need. And this stuff here is just part of my total economy. I mean, putting out the information, but then I have my customer dealings and my finance dealings I'm working on, and those get equal time. It's more than just this. So if you see this and you think this is it, you're wrong. So when the ram jumps up to hit you, beware, because the ram will be full horns, full-fledged, and probably mad. And I'm hoping it's righteous anger, but I'm only human, and I can't guarantee that. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to put this chip down. I have no ill will against anybody. I get along with everybody, and I hope this COVID economy goes quick. I hope it's done with soon, and I hope we can get beyond it to get on with the next phase of life. And, I think there's many of us that are optimists, and I believe in the good Lord that he wants to get us beyond this. And I hope that some people don't want to just have a poor me moment and hang on to this longer than it has to be. Because the human heart, when we decide something in it, is strong, and our being, we have resilience beyond what you even know. And I even think back to my Tampa Bay Lightning jersey when they incepted into the league in the early 80s. I had the jersey from year one, and I'm glad these guys put her forth. And the cup came last night to the guys that deserved it and earned it and worked the hardest and were probably more hurt and more injured than the other guys through the last couple rounds. And sometimes you got to be tough on guys so they know it and they go through. And even Braden Point was there, who he wobbled a bit at times, but he saw his own strength. He was often getting the first and the last goal in a lot of games, the ones that counted. And now that cup's gone. It's on its way somewhere. I don't know where. Shade Restaurant. Maybe they stopped, had a celebration. A few of those public places in Edmonton around the Coliseum, the good restaurants and nightclubs, whatever. They partied her up. Good for the boys. I'm glad. I'm moving on to the Super Bowl next. I'm becoming a new NFL Super Bowl fan. We don't have any CFL right now, but we're going on in this economy. We got to create resilience in our heart. And I don't think I'm going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, even though Tom Brady from my son's favorite team, the New England Patriots, moved there not long ago. I think I'm going to pick up on Seattle here because you can drive down there in 14 hours from Calgary. And it's my second favorite city along with LA and Calgary. And become a Seahawk fan and maybe take in the odd game, especially the Mariners playing the Blue Jays, or and watch the new NHL team a year from now, the Kraken, the Seattle Kraken, and might even take in a basketball game, even though I've been to a basketball game before. LA Lakers years ago. Good buddy Terry Gottenboss. Goodbye for now. I'm gonna eat my macaroni and these Cuba sauce steaks until the good steak comes in soon. Amen. Go with that. Go for now. Go in peace. Go in honor. Good night now and have a good night.